Commodore Alara Nix stood on the command bridge of the Coalition dreadnought Iron Resolve and watched her armada die. 3 days earlier, the defense of Avaris Prime had been flawless on paper. 800 Coalition warships formed a layered orbital lattice, every firing arc overlapping, every vector calculated. Orbital bastions fired in synchronized patterns while planetary shield cores pulsed with enough energy to deflect asteroid impacts. Every simulation said the line would hold. Then the Zaldrun arrived. 2,000 vessels poured into the system, their formation unnervingly precise. And with them came weapons no one had prepared for: spatial rupture arrays that peeled open shields for fractions of a second, just long enough for warheads to punch through exposed hulls. On Alara's tactical display, friendly icons vanished in silent flashes. Shield failure on Platform 9, her operations officer reported, voice raw from exhaustion. They're deploying rupture arrays again. We can't stabilize fast enough. It felt like fighting an enemy that could reach inside your armor and tear it open at will. How many ships remain? Alara asked. 15 fully operational, 37 partially functional, he swallowed. Down from 800. In 72 hours, tens of thousands were dead. And the Zaldrun advance showed no sign of slowing. They didn't hesitate. They didn't tire. Fear simply wasn't part of their calculus. The bridge doors slid open as High Strategist Kale Rizon entered. His iridescent skin had dulled under strain. Planetary shields are at 30%. He said quietly, 18 hours until collapse. After that, they land. He didn't need to explain what came next. Everyone knew what the Zaldrun did to conquered worlds. Alara opened a priority channel to Coalition High Command. When Fleet Marshal Kerv finally appeared, hope flared, then dimmed. The nearest major fleet is 6 days out, he said. We're redirecting everything we can. We have 18 hours, Alara replied. Kerv closed his eyes. Hold as long as possible. Begin evacuating essential personnel. The channel went dark. Essential personnel. A few thousand saved. Billions left behind. There has to be another way, Alara whispered. There is, Kale said. His voice was steady but uneasy. A species whose fleets could reach us in time. She already knew the answer. Humans. The word settled over the bridge like gravity. Humanity had been part of the galactic community for barely 2 centuries. Neutral in nearly every conflict. Traders, observers, quiet. Until someone crossed a line, the memory lingered in every archive. A human colony destroyed, 12,000 civilians slaughtered. What followed wasn't a war, it was erasure. In under 2 years, the aggressor civilization ceased to exist, fleets dismantled. Command structures gone. Their homeworld vanished from record, and afterward the humans rebuilt everyone else. Offered aid. Shared technology. Asked for nothing, except never to be attacked again. They did not rage, they decided, and the galaxy learned to be careful. Alara ordered the transmission opened. Her voice carried into the void, stripped of pride. This is Commodore Alara Nix. Our world is under extermination assault. Civilian population in the billions. We request aid from anyone who hears this. Then they waited. The response came far sooner than expected. A single vessel dropped out of hyperspace at the edge of the combat zone, black-hulled, angular, unadorned. This is Captain Elias Ward of the United Earth vessel Resolute, a calm voice announced. We received your distress signal. We're happy to assist. 1 ship, Alara warned him of the odds. 2,000 enemy vessels, fewer than 200 defenders. I understand, Ward replied. Reinforcements are en route. Until then, we'll stabilize the situation. He requested permission to address the enemy commander. On the Zaldrun flagship, Supreme Warlord Karex laughed when the human transmission appeared. 1 ship, he sneered. Destroy it. 50 warships broke formation and surged toward the Resolute. From the human bridge, Captain Ward watched them approach. Weapons authorized, he said calmly. Defensive lattice active. No lethal force. The Resolute surged forward, not away. Enemy fire filled space, plasma and missiles converging in a storm. None struck home. Defensive systems erased threats meters from the hull. The ship moved with impossible precision, then it fired. No grand beams, no explosions. just near-invisible projectiles that slipped through shields as if they weren't there. Engines failed. Weapons went dark. Communications died. In 11 minutes, 50 warships drifted powerless, crews alive, ships silent. Ward's voice echoed across open channels. That was a courtesy demonstration. Withdraw. Silence followed. Then space fractured again. 300 human vessels emerged, cruisers, destroyers, carriers, and at their center something colossal, vast beyond comprehension. "This is Fleet Marshal Alara Quinn," a voice announced. "You are trespassing in a protected system. Withdraw now." She offered them dignity. An exit, a story they could tell their people. The enemy commander hesitated. Pride warred with survival. They chose survival. The withdrawal began. For 3 hours, peace held. Then pride returned. The enemy fleet reversed course. On the human flagship, alarms flared. "They're charging us," an officer said. "All ships, full assault." Quinn closed her eyes briefly. Lethal force authorized. What followed reshaped doctrine forever. The enemy attacked in relentless waves, hurling everything they had. And the humans answered without restraint. Shields collapsed like mist. Hulls shattered in single impacts. Entire warships vanished in expanding storms of debris. The Resolute anchored the line, overlapping kill zones, erasing anything that crossed them. Smaller human vessels destroyed dozens each. Still, the enemy pressed forward. They paid dearly. Hundreds of ships became wreckage. Then thousands. The enemy flagship broke through briefly, then went dark under concentrated fire, drifting powerless. A human admiral broadcast one final warning: "Stand down. This war is finished." At last, surrender signals flickered to life. One ship, then another, then dozens more. The battle ended. 1,800 enemy ships destroyed or disabled. 8 human ships lost. Recovery operations began immediately. Survivors rescued, wounded treated. The defeated commander demanded answers. "Why spare us?" he asked. "We killed your people." The human admiral's voice held no anger. "Because killing you achieves nothing, because your crews followed orders, because we are not you." She leaned forward. "And because I want you to go home and tell everyone what happened. Tell them what restraint looks like, and tell them what happens if we ever stop exercising it." 6 months later, Avaris Prime thrived, cities restored, shields reinforced, children laughed beneath peaceful skies. As the human fleet prepared to depart, a coalition commander finally asked the question that haunted her. "Why mercy?" she asked. "You could have erased them." A human officer watched the sunset before answering. "Because we know exactly what we're capable of," he said. "And we choose every day not to be that." He met her gaze. "But if forced, we will finish what we start." The human fleet vanished into hyperspace, leaving behind a saved world, a defeated enemy, and a lesson the galaxy would never forget. Humans were not feared because they were strong. They were feared because they were strong enough to be gentle, and that changed everything.